Let's bring our guest analyst tonight to join me to make sense of all you've had so far as a journalist and Arise News analyst, Dr. Constance Ikokwu. Good to see you and thanks for your time. And the bargain issue has to do with the oil theft, which many Nigerians are saying by now we should be not just an okay nation, but a nation that freely should also help other countries or into what we have that is being stolen. Do you think Nigeria is doing enough to stop these endless thievery?
I mean, obviously we're not. I was listening to the conversation that you had with the first guest, very excruciating for many, if I would add. We have been having the problem of oil theft, both on a large scale and a small scale for many years. And from the conversation you had with him, it seems like the government is completely powerless, defenseless, and is in total decline. We are not the only country that exports oil or that drills oils. There are so many countries around the world. And so the question would be, okay, every government comes into power, and one thing is consistent. They lament the oil theft, the problem, the challenge, but nobody is able to solve the problem. So now we have the new NSA, a new government inaugurated. Obviously, we need more money, dwindling resources, high debt. And from the estimates, we're losing about $4 million daily, not weekly, but monthly, daily. That's enormous cost on our revenue. That's a huge dent on the revenue of the country.
We shouldn't sleep.
No, we should not sleep.
Ideally.
Exactly. So the point will be then, will the president and his team follow through this particular problem? Will they stamp their feet and say, you know what, we're going to find a solution this time around? Are they ready to step on toes? Are they ready to prosecute the high and mighty? Because yes, there is the small guys in the creeks. There are also the big guys. Like your guest said, you have big vessels that travel through our water channels, and they are seen by those that are supposed to be handling, this particular topic. So is the president ready to, damn all consequences and saying, you know what, we have to do this? I think if he wants to win the hearts and minds of Nigerians, he should take this seriously and solve it once and for all. I think that everybody will be happy that at least thieves have been reined in.
Okay, while we look to see what the president can do on that, let's also get into the NYSC, the brouhaha with the minister. The question many will ask now is the NYSC Act superior to our constitution?
I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but you had a very brilliant lawyer guest who explained everything. I think that what I will add to whatever he has said is that in this particular case, it seems that we have a situation where the super privileged in our society get special treatment on many cases. I mean, this is the first time we're having this at this level, but it happens every day. So the question is, should they get special treatment? You talked about abscondment. According to the NYSC, there are so many stories surrounding this particular matter. She absconded 5 months into her service in Ebonyi State. And according to her, she was redeployed to Kaduna State, and she completed there, but did not collect her certificate from the NYSC. The NYSC has a totally different story and says there's no record that she completed or she was even redeployed. So should someone at the age of over 40, when you graduate, you should serve when you're under the age of 30. Then when you're 30, you demand for a certificate of exemption, you get it promptly. She is over 40, I think about 43, serving a space of time that she should have served in the past. Is that even legal? You understand what I'm saying? So the lawyer has said that, there's a problem with this. Not only the legal problem, there's also a moral problem to this. What's the hurry in serving as a minister? Shouldn't you have also, if NYSC had said, okay, serve out your term, shouldn't you have just served and wait to be appointed minister next time? Why do you want all the drama that is surrounding you at the moment.
But in this case, is there a possibility that she gets a presidential waiver?
Waiver, that's a special treatment I'm talking about. If you give her a special treatment,
but
every Nigerian...
Isn't that allowed all over the world? And that's why we see presidential pardon to those people doing time.
Are there two laws in this country, or is there one law? It seems like there are two sets of laws for the privileged in society and for the less privileged. If you give her a pass this time around, you are setting a precedent. That means every other Nigerian that is not allowed to get a job without serving should also be given a pass at some point in their lives.
And another aspect is that since the qualification has actually gone to high school, we're talking about your secondary school, what if what she's dropped with the government to get this is a high school, a secondary school certificate?
So she has already presented a first degree. She has a first degree. She already served 5 months. Why should you then go back? An afterthought, because you're desperately trying to be a minister. Do we even have any obligations in this country? We talk every day about patriotism. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you think about the kind of damage that you do to your country?
But
like the lawyer said, by lowering,
that could also be patriotism.
Continuing to lower
Dr.
the
Ikokwu,
standard.
That could also be patriotism. If I feel that I'm still serving, and for me to get qualified, then I can now say this is my high school certificate, and that's what I'm bringing.
Come on, Suleiman. This is a clear case of desperately trying to remain a minister or get a position. She's over 40, just 43. You have a long time to serve in this country. It mustn't be this year. So at the end of the day, the buck stops at the president's table. He decides whether he wants her to continue as a minister. But of course, like the lawyer said, why in this country do we continue to move the goalpost? It's not right. Do we want to be a country of laws, or do we not want to be a country of laws? Do we want to be a country that is governed by set standards, or do we not?
But
do we want to continue?
But the presidential waiver or pardon is still a country of laws.
Is she a criminal? Are we talking about criminal
waiver?
No, but in this point, when you talk about waiver, that's for criminal cases. So is there a waiver for NYSC in this particular case? You see how we go down the road trying to meander to find a way for someone to get what she wants. So it's a case that is out there. They decide what happens. Is an unfolding story. I don't know what is going to happen at the end of the day, but we must decide whether we want a country that runs properly, appropriately, with one law for everybody or not.
And that is why we're saying if the Constitution says that the lowest is a high school certificate, and that's what she's brought in.
Is that what she brought in? Did she tell you that? Did she tell you she presented a high school certificate, or she presented her first degree? Which is which?
And that's why we're saying that the invitation to her or her representatives the invitation is still open. She can also let us hear from our own side.
I mean, the thing to add is that, the way it's going, it's like, it's the philosophy of, grab it, snatch it, and run with it. That's basically what is going on. This is your country.
Well, Dr. Constance Ikokwu, I'd like to thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Well, that's it on Arise Prime Time. Do join us again tomorrow. From the entire team here, it's goodbye and thanks for watching.